Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Adventures in Arcane Space. Once again, I am your Dungeon Master, AuldDragon, and the players today are...
Hi, I'm Captain Higgimus, Corporal First Class, and I play a Giff fighter.
Hi, I'm David Big Mac Shepherd. I play Braxon, who's a human fighter from an asteroid near Brow, and the first officer.
Hi, I'm Daikami-sama, and I play Solas of Ebha, who is half-elven cleric mage of Ogma.
I'm James. I play Ockar, human paladin of Tyr, and I need a Buster Sword.
A what?
A Buster Sword,
Final
for
Fantasy
Final
VII.
Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Levalithana, an elven wild mage. So there.
An elven mild mage.
Yes, a
Mild
one.
wild.
I
Mild
like
wild.
Lafdul, how he keeps changing things up. Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Lafdul Moonblade, a special priest of Erev, an Elixir, and a thief. He doesn't really have an amazing title, it's just a calculating cut purse of cautious freedfulness. So I failed at the end.
What was it?
The calculating cut purse of cautious freedfulness. I was trying to think of a different word than creed. Something to do with religion. I couldn't think of one. So, alas, yes, it's not a very good title, but I tried.
The calculating cut purse of cautious creedfulness.
Creedfulness or something. There's no word for that. It's just creed. I don't think there is a...
You're starting to get like Danny Kaye.
I mean, you could have cut it off after the third one. That would have been good
Yeah.
too. But hey, I mean, the attempt,
cautious calculating cut purse.
Yeah. See, exactly. The attempt is the important thing. Anyway, you guys were still exploring the Citadel, the supposedly safe portions of the... Oh, I see you guys moved yourselves already.
Oh, we were having fun.
Apparently
I think
so.
you moved us.
I think I left
Yes.
you on the... Okay, whatever.
No, we're downstairs,
You took us to the second floor stairway.
Well,
Yes.
right. No, I thought I left you in the stairway.
You might have let us move a bit.
It doesn't matter.
This is where I logged in at.
Oh, there's a dynamic lighting tab now in the token. I have just noticed this.
Ooh.
Does that make it easier
Fancy.
for you?
I don't know. This is new.
That means the people on Twitch get to find out what that does.
This feature is in active development. Turning on updated dynamic lighting will turn off legacy dynamic lighting for this page. If you want to go back, you'll need to turn on legacy back on the page. Well, I don't think we'll be using that until later. But this may be giving me the things that I was wanting, it looks like.
We'll see next week.
Yeah, maybe.
I noticed that yesterday as well, and it was like, I'll have to test that out eventually.
Yep, I'm going to have to play around with that after the session. Anyway, I had forgotten to update Higgimus's token, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. All right.
Curiosity.
Yeah?
Because this is a forge and there's a lot of metals and stuff around. Is it really that far out of reason that there might be some copper wire around? Just out of curiosity. I'll just ask the lizard folks if they...
The problem is that the lizard folk have been living here for quite a while. And no dwarves have been living here for quite a while.
Also, you don't need just copper wire, it needs to be artistic pendant.
Lafdul's very artistic. What are you on about?
Hey, some swords have got wires around the hilt. When we find some broken swords.
No, basket.
No, he needs it manufactured. He needs something manufactured.
Ah, right, I see. Okay. He'll just have to pay Solas to make something.
I don't think Solas can make it.
I'm not a craftsman. I'm a scholar.
He's a craftsman
how
of
about,
knowledge.
Ockar. Is an Ockar a regular blacksmith or is it just armor?
I'm an armor smith.
Just
If
armor?
anything, it might be more with gunsmithing because you have long wires that you make specialized like things to cleaning out guns and stuff. It might fit more in with that.
Blacksmithing is its own different proficiency that I'm not trained in.
Yeah, there's only one point I think.
But at the same time, like
I would say blacksmith.
Ockar, you
Yeah.
could definitely make nails. They might not be the best nails, but you could make nails.
You want me to roll an armor check?
No. because
Yeah.
you're not making
No.
nails right now. What I'm saying is that the most basic of smithing tasks you could probably do,
Okay.
but you probably wouldn't be able to make horseshoes, for example. Nails are really easy to make.
Yeah, you just have a line of metal and you flatten one end and sharpen the other end.
All right, so you're
right.
up on the second floor of the Citadel. I did mention that these areas back here, through these doors, these are essentially the residential sections. You can look around it, but I've kind of already said that there's nothing particularly interesting back there.
No invisible
play.
swords on the walls.
No.
But how
Not
do
you
you
know
know
of.
if we don't check?
The GM doesn't want you spending half an hour doing nothing.
There's that, yes. I mean, if you wanna pop your token in there real fast and just look around and see the layout, I don't have a problem with that. But
Yeah, it's just like dormitories or whatever.
yeah, it's just there's some young lizard men. Some of the chambers where Herwady were held, stuff like that. But at this point, there's nothing valuable back there. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's just dormitory.
Great interest. Although there is a collapsed section over here, if you can see my ping in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, yeah.
Into the darkness.
All
That's
right,
some young-
let's do the same general way we did the floor before, and start with the left side and work our way around. Clockwise.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's do.
We're going to left.
Oops. Yeah, we need to go left, but I'm wondering if
If you have your token
Well,
selected, you can
tell
just
us
do
if
this.
this loops.
Yeah, this does loop.
Does loop?
Yeah, it loops around this big interior chamber. And that interior chamber,
Let's check out the chamber first.
that is essentially it was a small crafts area. Each
So I don't
of these
know-
kind of cubbies were, separate stalls for an individual craftsman to work. There were some small forges in there, but also like stoneworking areas, woodworking areas, other sorts of craftsman area and stuff like that.
Okay. Anything
So-
interesting in there beyond that?
It now serves as a public gathering space because there's big empty open areas. There's tables set up for communal eating and also cook fires. There's a series of pipes leading from some of these small cubbies for taking smoke out of the chamber.
Okay.
So they've set up some small cook fires and things like that.
So that's been used and stuff like that, and probably all the stuff taken out of it.
So,
Yep.
Go
Hang
ahead,
on.
Braxon.
what name's Higgimus? Oh, it's dark there. Right. I've got a corridor here, but down here it's all black.
You'll have to ping where you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
Where I am.
black right there.
it's black, yeah.
Black.
I've got the light ends here.
Oh.
Oh,
And it turns
right.
into a dark,
There
and
we
then the light ends here as well.
I think I had Higgimus giving light before on the lower level.
Well, no, he moved into another room. You fix it now anyway.
Yeah.
Aha.
All right, so there's a pair of Herwady in that chamber to the south of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
So-
it looks like that it's been converted essentially into a barracks at this point. There are 3 cots in there. Some Herwady now occupy that. It looks like it was once for sculpting or casting the chamber itself.
Right.
And one of the cots is resting on what appears to be some carved objects, but because of the cot's position, you can't see exactly what they are.
Let's go have a look at them.
I want to make a note to the GM that's something I would be doing. I'd be looking for one of the Huedi that looks like a fighter or like a sergeant, like a group leader or something. I want to ask him at some point.
Okay.
I basically, with my outer self, when I take on the form of a Huedi, I want to learn like tips and tricks on how to use their gliding ability or something.
Use their what?
Their gliding ability. Because they glide, don't they?
No, Herwadi don't.
Oh, what are the ones that...
Hadazi.
Oh, Hadazi, yeah. Alright.
Herwadi are reptilian... they're pretty good swimmers. And they're the ones that produce fog cloud.
Yeah.
Solas inquires the Horvath if they mind if he would get chance to look those sculpting pieces.
The two Herwadi kind of shrug, and one says, "Yeah, we weren't using that cod anyway."
Well, I go and examine the piece.
Okay. They appear to be marble sculptures in pretty good condition. One is a dwarven female holding an axe, and actually one is marble, the other one is granite, and is a male dwarf holding two axes. There are also some broken pieces from other sculptures that were used to prop up the cot, but those are too heavily damaged. These two appear in good condition.
Would they mind if we took these two good condition sculptures?
They tell you that you'd have to ask access.
Well, Solas inquires access about it.
Why don't we put them in the pile of stuff that we agreed with Axis that we would share with them?
Yeah, we're doing that, aren't we?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Because then she'll get a share of them if they get sold.
All right, so you collect them and put them somewhere for later evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just make a note of that. Okay. All right. There is nothing else of interest in there. All the other pieces are too heavily damaged to really be considered valuable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next chamber, it looks like this was primarily used for casting because there are a number of broken pieces of bronze work that are mostly being used as like plates and bowls at this point. There's a pair of lizardmen relaxing in there at the moment.
Any copper wire in there?
No. There's no point in asking about that because he needs to...
I wasn't asking.
I understand that. I'm just saying that it needs to be made by a craftsman. That's what he needs.
Were there any craftsmen on this citadel made copper wire?
Not among the
it's
lizardmen.
And it's not just wire that he needs. It's
I'm just joking.
Yes.
I'm just joking.
That next chamber is a guard room. You can see that there is a platform out here with a ballista.
Oh.
Didn't we destroy any of these ballistas or anything?
They fixed them. Any that were destroyed, they fixed. Because I'm not going to go looking through and figuring out which of the active ones were destroyed.
I just realised if I got held metal, I could hold a siege weapon.
Braxon wants to look at the outside of the citadel.
All right. I'll tell you about that in a second.
Yep.
The guard chamber does have some spare ballista bolts held in a rack on one wall. But there's no one else in the chamber at this point. And the ballista platform gives a pretty good port side range of usage, and there's 2 Herwadi out there ready to man it and on watch. Braxon, you can see the wall of the citadel itself, very well made. There are also on the exterior walls and on the exterior chambers there are thin, narrow windows that I didn't mention. They're not big enough for any humanoid that you're aware of to get in. They would be useful for firing arrows out if necessary, and they just generally provide some light if the sun is in the right direction.
Very nice.
Oh, what do they call those things where you shoot out of?
Arrow slits.
Arrow slits.
They're a little bit wider than regular arrow slits, and they're not... arrow slits are normally triangular in cut. Well, there's arrow loop, too.
Yeah.
They're... on the interior side, there's like a triangular cross-section, so that you can move to either side to get an angle, rather than just straight. But these aren't that. They're just windows. Braxon, you can see the wall stretching above you, and below you is the rock of the main asteroid part down below you.
Right. Okay. Alright, if there's nothing unusual, Braxton will go straight back in.
I mean, nothing that stands out as unusual. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I was just thinking that we found an invisible weapon on the wall, so he's wondering if it looked like there was any secret compartments on the outside.
Well, if you could see them, they wouldn't exactly be secret, would they?
Yeah.
No, you don't see anything.
Alright, he goes back in then. Or at least he will, if I can find the door.
You know, every room, he's going to be looking for a secret invisible weapon now, right?
Yeah,
that's up to him. He can do that.
We can just say that Braxon's looking for a secret invisible weapon everywhere without
Do you,
actually doing it.
slightly random, do you remember where all the horizons were listed? All the extra, was it in Spells Magic?
Yeah, Tomes of Spells and Magic.
And there's also some at the appendix of the 3rd Priest Spell Compendium.
Yeah, I was looking in the 3rd. I can't find it in the 3rd one.
It's at the very back of it.
Yeah, I'm looking, but...
That is a heavy ballista out there, by the way.
Right.
In case you're wondering.
Well, we can't say the weapons because they're using them to defend themselves. So.
Well, yes.
Yeah. It would be a bit awkward and... I was like, what are you doing? You robbing us?
Yeah.
Well, yes,
yeah,
we are, but...
We're good guys?
Oh.
So that next chamber, the interior, the first chamber, there are no lizard men in there now, and Axis will inform you that that was a chamber for some of the fanatical warriors of the heretic and the king priest. But they have been slain. The door was... There is a lock on the door, but the door is open at this point. Obviously, they came out to defend, and now that the door is open and unlocked. Although you do not have a key for it. Lafdul, the lock does not look particularly good.
I look on the rear side of the door, and I just casually look for... I'm not actively looking, I'm just scanning it briefly.
Looking for what?
Just a simple trap. I'm not actually going to spend time. I'm just like glancing at the back of the door. Can I see anything obvious, basically?
No, you don't see anything obvious, and the door is open anyway, so...
Yeah.
What about
last
the second
time?
room? What about the second room, Lafdul?
Yeah.
Well, that door is also open.
Right.
So, I mean, unless you generally
Let's search-
traps are designed for someone who accesses the handle.
Yeah, I
or
was just
something,
looking for a set trap.
Okay. No, you do not see any obvious trap positions.
Something I could salvage, that was all.
The chamber back here, Axis tells you that one of the nobles of the heretic resided in there, and that chamber has one dwarven bed in it. In addition, you see a small rough chest in one corner. Definitely does not look dwarven make, so you'd guess it probably came off of a ship that they pirated. And it does appear to have a lock on it.
Braxon says we should look for secret compartments. And
Well, while you're doing that, I'll look for a trap on the chest.
Okay.
yeah, well, Braxton's going to start looking under the bed,
Okay.
unless the bed goes all the way down to the floor.
It does not. Where's my other die? There it is.
Actually, can I take... Is there any...
What?
No, never mind. That's too metagamey. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I was thinking about taking my armor off. But...
Do those gloves of mine help or give me an innate sense of how to disarm traps? Find traps?
Let me not. I think you can disarm, but not find. Let me double check.
You need to be...
I just trying to figure that out for to speed the handout.
I wouldn't trust you
No.
to disarm traps.
Nothing with traps.
Traps, okay.
Nothing with traps. All right, and Lafdul, you are looking for traps.
90.
You do not detect any traps on that chest.
I say Higgimus not trapped, as far as I know.
Alright.
You want to try and lock it? You want to get your practice in, don't you?
Yeah, let's try that.
Well, I'm giving him pointers, helping you out.
Okay. So you, Higgimus, you take some of Lafdul's lockpicks, and
Yep.
under his direction...
I'm gonna be so pissed if he breaks them. I've already lost so many.
Oh,
Are
do
So, Lafdul, you're going to be so pissed.
Oh, what did you roll?
100.
That's a lot.
Not only has he fumbled and broken the picks, but he's jammed the lock.
oh,
What is it with you guys breaking my lockpicks? First Braxon, then Higgimus. That's the last time I'm lending you lockpicks. Lafdul's just annoyed. He just walks out of the room. You open the chest. It's your problem now.
Braxon says to Higgimus,
Lafdul says, "I've got no more lockpicks."
why does he keep buying cheap lockpicks?
You have no more lockpicks now?
That was my second set that's broke.
Well-
Literally, I have nothing now.
A set of lockpicks is more than just one. I mean, it's a series of tools. It's just one of the ones that is broken. So what I will say is that you don't have a complete set anymore, so you're going to take a minus 5% penalty.
Oh. Okay.
And any more that break, you'll take a minus 5 penalty until it's like minus 25, and then you're completely out.
All right. So I won't practice anymore until we can restock and get my own sets. All right, let's open this the old-fashioned way.
Wait, why don't you just use magic? The next day. Is it heavy? Is it carry? Is it bulky?
This is not a particularly well-made chest. That lock itself was not particularly well-made either.
I'll just crowbar it off.
I heard somewhere that if you're really good at lockpicking, you can pick locks with a bent copper wire.
So I will open it the old-fashioned way.
All right, give me a d20 for an open doors.
Is it something I can use the crowbar on?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Actually, you know what? Let's do bend bars, lift gates with a 10
Is it
with an
possible-
additional 10%. bonus.
You say something's been jammed. Is it possible to unjam something?
No, a piece of the lockpick broke off in it and has,
Is it not possible to pick it out with a pair of tweezers or something?
not at this point.
I'm just
no.
saying argue
It's
for an argument's sake.
It's completely jammed in there and ruined the mechanism.
Do you have a spell for dissolving metal?
I've got acid.
So give me a D100, Higgimus.
I only got 2 vials of it though.
Okay. You get the crowbar end right into the notch where the lock is, and with a good shove, there's a crack and a snap as the entire locking mechanism breaks apart, and you're able to lift the lid. Inside,
jumps out and stabs you.
it's not a very big chest. Inside, you see a small sack. There's some personal items as well, but they're not particularly valuable. There's a small sack, however, that looks like it might contain something.
Let's look.
Okay, inside you find a large number of gold coins, 130 in total, and a gold ring with a faceted black stone. It looks like jet. That is all that's valuable in there.
You said gold ring?
Yeah, gold ring with a faceted black stone.
Okay. Alright. Anything else on the... So it's just a chest, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's some, there's a table and a chair, where obviously the Lizard King ate, but there's nothing else valuable in the room.
The bed, does it have bed knobs?
No.
I was going to try and unscrew them.
I'm assuming we are checked, underneath the bed and all that whatnot, too.
Braxon did. He didn't find anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Braxon's going to check everything where you don't find it.
Now, Lafdul's checking for loose stones underneath the bed, because this is where Lafdul has found them before.
Okay.
He's specifically checking the stones.
You do not find any loose stones under the bed.
Oh.
You know, if you're looking for loose stones, you could try tipping some water on the floor and see if it disappears.
Oh, for the cracks and crevices. That's a good idea, but I don't really have excess amounts of water on me.
Yeah, if only you had a decanter of endless water in your pocket.
You should buy one. We got one of salt pork.
Decanter of Endless Water is one of my favorite items. You will have to find one, not buy one.
Oh.
But then we have to use it on the mage that has been made a living portal to plane of elemental fire.
So as you approach the double doors near the end of the corridor, you can see above the doors there is a carved placard of some sort set into the stone, and the image of it is a bronze half mask above a mug. The bronze mask is carved in such a way that it looks like the eyes of the mask are glowing or emitting some sort of light or something like that.
Braxon's going to check it out in case it's removable.
It is not. It is.
Does Fider know anything about the iconography?
Varadra says, "Oh, this looks like this was once a tavern."
That's what I was thinking. All right, let's have a look.
The chamber has been converted into just a barracks for lizardmen. There is a stone bar against the far wall here. No tables or chairs remain. There's just a bunch of mishmashed cots and beds about the chamber for the lizard men, and there are no mugs or bottles or anything like that left.
Alright, let's check the bar area.
Okay.
Just to make sure.
Who's checking that?
I'm looking for something specific. I'm going to hammer you out.
Okay.
Before Braxon comes in to check the room, he's going to try winking at the mask to see if it winks back.
Higgimus will.
It is stone. You might have to cast stone to flesh on it for it to wink.
Yeah, well, Braxton doesn't trust anything.
Area.
Higgimus will think that it might be. Could he get back there and look underneath the bar and stuff like that,
Sure.
or is it going to be kind of too tight?
Oh,
Okay,
remember
I'll do that.
back we were on Green Shield, we had the secret area behind these massive kegs. Is there anything like that in here?
Well, there are no kegs in here.
Yeah.
Viraja would tell you that she believes that the name of the bar was probably Fire Eyes Brew, based on the image on the above the door.
A fine name.
But there is no paperwork. There's no bottles or kegs or anything like that. Anything that was in here was removed long ago.
I asked Roger, are dwarven barkeepers known for keeping special reserves, so to speak?
Certainly sometimes. But I mean, that would depend entirely on the barkeep and the tavern itself.
Solas will check if there is any potential secret compartments behind the bar.
Okay.
And under it.
Viraja would also say, I mean, after all, if everyone knew where that dwarven barkeeps
Snippet
kept
is a
things
thing.
in a standard place, then wouldn't exactly be a secret now, would it?
Indeed.
True.
Okay, so Solas, anyone else checking behind the bar? Higgimus, you were?
Yep.
It'd probably be too cramped for me to be in there now.
Well, I mean, they could do it in turns, too.
Braxon's
You do
Braxon's
not
gonna
find
look
anything
for-
back there.
Is the bar made out of wood or stone?
Stone.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll do it anyway. He's going to look for panels that you can push and they move.
After be searching for hollows, something that sounds hollow. When he's tapping with like a small hammer or something on the back of his dagger.
Okay, and neither of you
Listening.
find anything of those sorts.
Okay.
I mean, there might be something in there, but I'm just not capable of finding it.
Solas starts to think engineering possibilities where he might have put secret compartments.
I mean, if you can think of a place that you want to check.
Those eyes.
The eyes above the door?
Yeah, you say they're glowing. Can you press the eyes?
They're carved to look like they're glowing. So like the eye sockets on the mask have like rays of light coming out of it, carved into the stone.
Is it
So they're
possible
not actually
to?
glowing. It's just
No.
a trick of the eyes with paint and stuff.
Is it possible to put the mask over the eyes, like pull it slightly? Or something?
No. This is all a stone carving.
It's
It's
all
all
flat.
carved
there's
into
no
the stone.
paint.
Right. There's no paint. There may have been some metal on it, but none of that is there now.
So it's got like those kind of lines that look like they're coming from a sun in depictions?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
But I
picture how
suppose
you would draw in black and white pencil, something like that, and that's essentially what it looks like
Grayscale,
but in stone.
I don't suppose any of you could cast a spell to make those eyes glow. That'd be
Could.
pretty
It's
I'm
not
sure
right now, though.
somebody has a light spell.
Don't really need to though.
But did you want to like push on them or something, Lafdul?
Yeah, I want to press the face. Search
alright.
around face.
You want to rub your face against it? Okay.
Not my face.
They don't seem to move. Viradra is
Lafdul,
standing
don't
back,
kiss statues.
trying to suppress a giggle.
Would spellcasting help any of this to recognize whether it's a magic item or not?
No, you need to recognize that something is magical for spellcraft to work.
Okay.
And none of us are illusionists.
Well, you would have to have some idea, like some concrete idea, evidence that something is an illusion.
Can I check the opposite end of where that dwarf, the mask eyes are
Are
staring?
the eyes
where
hollow,
it's looking.
like the eyes themselves?
It does not look like they once held gems, or something like that. They're not like hollow, so hollow that they held something or you could stick something in there.
Braxon says to Lafdul, "You're wasting your time. I winked at it and it didn't wink back."
So Lafdul, it's hard to say because of the position that they're carved at. It's not like they look right out. It looks like they look down to the left when you're looking at it from the outside the room, above the door.
I asked Braxon, can you put your spear mode and try and draw a line where it's looking at?
Oh, yeah.
And see and search around where it's looking.
Well, it's how easy it is to interpret which way the eyes are looking out of the mask.
Yeah, it's better than me figuring it out without a spear. I thought your spear, you can just draw a vague straight line with your spear.
I mean, keep in mind that this is a flat image on the wall.
Oh yeah, I'm just going to the other end of the room or something or whatever.
No, but it's not. It's not in this room. It's on the wall above the door in the hallway.
Well, hang on.
In the corridor.
Hang on. Look, Lafdul, you just do this. Braxon, can Braxon get up where that mask is?
Yeah.
Or is it too high?
Well, I mean, with some help or with a.
Well, just put your head up where the mask is and see what you can see. Looking the other way.
It looks down the corridor somewhere.
Yeah.
Like exactly the angle is hard to say, but it looks down this corridor this way.
Oh, it looks that way.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it was looking at the opposite wall.
No, so again, it's not just face out. It's like at an angle. It's like a 3/4 portrait style.
Right.
Meh. I don't know. I can't think about it. I'm gonna go up to the next room. There might be something there. But...
Varadra is really, really trying hard to suppress some laughter.
Wow! Let's see you try and find.
She finally catches her breath and says, "It's just a sign."
Solas just mentions to Varadra that I mean, it's Lafdul. Isn't his divine duty to be funny?
You make a good point there, Solas. You do.
So you mean it's just a sign, there's nothing weird about it?
I mean, I suppose it could be, but I just see a sign.
You never know, but I'll defer to you.
We found an invisible hammer. You never know what else it could be around here somewhere.
The hammer pipes up. Yeah, you did find me. Sorry. Yeah, you did find me. Now, are we gonna find any undead?
Soon.
Really like to smash something. It has been a very long time since I smashed something. Come on, Varadra, let's go find something to smash.
There's probably some undead dwarves on the upper and lower floors. We just haven't run into them yet.
Braxon wanders over to Varadra and talks to the Warhammer and says, "Hey, say, Giant, what's your favourite type of undead to kill?"
They all sound so good when you smash them. Is it really possible to pick one?
I don't know. Well,
how about a top 10?
Just wondering.
I mean, I haven't smashed every undead that I've encountered that exists, so I couldn't tell you.
Have you smashed those undead skeletons that are rolled up and left in wild space?
Of course I have.
Okay. Me too.
Higgimus, that chamber looks like it was once a bedroom. The chamber itself appears to have not been used in quite a while. The furniture is rotting and collapsed, but it looks like it was personal quarters. And Varadra would tell you that she would guess that it was probably the quarters of either the tavern keeper or the tavern keeper and their family, given the proximity.
Okay. I'll search it.
Okay. Looking around, you do notice that there appears to be a relatively freshly drilled hole in the back wall, just big enough to look through.
Oh.
All right. I'll take a peek.
Galushar.
Unfortunately, the
Yeah.
room beyond is dark.
Oh, which way?
Going in this back wall here.
Back there?
Yeah.
Huh. We haven't come across that yet, huh?
No, you have not been on the other side yet. Axis, seeing you, noticing the hole, she says, one of the other true believers did that to keep an eye on, to spy on the priest of the heretic. Unfortunately, they were eventually caught, and it was too dangerous to use recently. You notice that despite the room not having been used for anything in particular, the hinges on the door are well oiled.
Oh.
It's probably because they were just trying to be quiet in here when they're
Yeah.
spying.
Braxon's going to look round and see if he can find a mastercrafted bottle opener.
You do not, but you do find behind the bed, behind the ruins of the bed, a small carved stone egg, about fist-sized. When you
Wow.
discover that, Axis will let out a
Religious.
sound of delight and say, "Oh, that is a small shrine. You don't mind if I take it? This would do well in the temple that we're setting up."
Braxton goes, is this for your god?
It is indeed.
Oh, that's cool. He hands it over very, very carefully. Wow. So does any stone egg useful for your god?
What?
It's
Lafdul
pretty
tries
clearly
not to
carved.
die.
It's pretty clearly carved. So
Yeah,
it's
but-
been polished and smooth. She says, "No, it must be made by one of the faithful."
Ah, I see.
And
I
she is heading off down this corridor this way.
Does that look like like a type of priesthood that I have for my thing in the Floodstone?
No, you don't think it's an icon.
Nah,
You just think that it's
generic.
it's just for the shrine. Solas getting very friendly with the Herwady at the door. She heads
Solas,
into this
your hands
this
yourself.
room,
He was old friend.
and after a few minutes, she does come back. Seeing you come to the door with the two Herwady, she says, "This was the temple used by the priests of the heretic. I have had it closed off for now, but they will let you go in if you wish."
Yes.
Well, we could always see if there is something important in there.
Mm-hmm.
The Herwady move to the side.
Yeah, either that or something that they need to destroy.
Above the door before you go in, you do see a carved symbol of two crossed axes. However, they have been severely defaced. They've been heavily damaged. Varadra sees this and gives a very disgusted sound.
Oh, is this a dwarven thing?
Are you gonna ask her?
This might
Yeah. Actually, and Higgimus will be as nonchalant about that, just like that.
Varadra says, "Yes, this was a temple to Clangeddon, and it has clearly been defiled."
Clangeddon, you say? Braxton's going to gently put his hands on the stone axe handles
They're
and say, "Axes of Clangeddon, reveal yourself to me."
they've been, like, you can see that there's that they were axes, but they've been chipped and smashed and heavily damaged. They're again, it's a stone carving in the door. I mean, in the wall above the door. There's no axe handle to put your hand on, really.
Solas makes mental note to give Braxon a speaking on how to be sensible about other people's religions.
Yeah, he doesn't. Lafdul would chip in to. Oh, you're making a metal now. Yeah. Lafdul would chip in otherwise.
So Higgimus will nod that and then head on in.
Okay. The chamber itself is pretty clean. Has marble floors, unlike the stonework on the outside. You can see along the walls places where tapestries could have been hung, but they're no longer anything here now. The chamber is pretty open. There's no pews or seats or anything like that. And at the back of the chamber, you see an 8-foot-tall statue of a lizard man or a lizard man-like creature with 6 arms and a pair of small wings sprouting from its back.
Small wings.
Do you recognize this Solas or Lafdul?
Oh.
They would not.
No.
Solas makes a note about this.
Is this the evil lizardman deity?
That's up to you to either determine for yourselves.
Let's ask Axis.
The arms.
Axis.
Hold on. The arms. The top 2 hands are upraised and held open, and there are open flames burning in them. The lower arms, the lowest arms, hold a large ornate trident covered in gold, and the other arms hold a battle axe with a golden blade, clearly of dwarven make. You can tell based on its shape and design, and a short sword with a pitch black blade.
Oh, this reminds me of something.
Also, the walls, while you can see where tapestries once held, the walls do now hold broken weapons, armor, and ship's flags.
Hey, it's the company of the Broken Swords Ring.
Braxon says, "Say, why don't we find out if this trident zaps people like the last one?"
What, you really want to get zapped again? It's probably trapped in some magical altar.
Could you check it?
You said that there were open fires on the upper arms.
Yeah.
And we do not see any source for that fire.
Yeah, that's what bothers me as well.
So Solas definitely mentions that we should study this before we do anything too rash about it.
I
Braxon
suspect
says-
it opens up the door to the side, yeah.
Braxon says, "Studying it's a great idea," and gently touches the golden trident with one finger.
Mm.
All right, nothing happens.
Hey, I didn't die.
That door is locked, by the way, Lafdul.
I haven't tried to figure
Okay.
that out.
I thought you said that. You said that you
let's,
were looking at it. I thought you were actually trying
Yeah,
to
I was
see it.
looking at it, but I
Okay.
wasn't trying to open it. I'm not touching it.
Let's search it for traps.
Well, you realize that it is probably locked. It has an obvious
No, I
lock
meant
in it.
statue.
Then
Statue.
the statue.
Yeah.
You're going to search it.
I was going to search the statue, yeah.
Yeah, let's take this one bit at a time here.
Okay.
I'm searching for traps, so I'm also searching for a pattern or a mechanism that, if it's got like moving parts or something.
Okay. You're pretty sure that the weapons could be easily removed from the hands without
Is there
damaging
one-
the statue.
Is there one that...
Braxon says, "Well, I've already touched this trident. How about I just take it out of his hands?"
Well-
Don't be too hasty.
What could possibly go wrong, right?
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Solas is interested in if that fire he could figure out if it's magical or if there is some kind of mechanism in it that keeps feeding the fire.
It's probably magical. There are spells that do that.
Yeah, that Solas will want to find out.
Is it dark fire? Because that's a spell that I was thinking about getting in the Traveler's Sphere.
No, it is just. It looks like pretty ordinary flame. Solas, go ahead and give me a spellcraft check, and Lafdul, you do not find any. You do not detect any traps or movable movable mechanisms. You don't see that it turns or something like that. Obviously,
Braxon says you might want to take a step back.
Solas, you would guess that those flames have been enchanted in some way to perpetually burn.
Why don't we cut the hand off?
Braxon's going to try lifting the trident. Braxon's going to try lifting the trident.
Yeah, let's remove the weapons and stuff.
After goes out of the room, well out of the room.
Okay. You slide the trident out of the hands. Nothing happens.
Braxon's now holding 2 tridents.
Let's do the rest.
No, it's just one trident. Oh,
No, but
you're
he's
the
already
other
got
one.
one.
Right.
Be
Alright,
very
let's take
awkward.
the rest of them.
Okay.
Can I get Braxon to heft the 2 tridents up and down? Work out. Is this gold one real gold?
The gold one appears to be a lot more burdensome and cumbersome to use.
Might be literally gold.
Solas will also mention about those flames that they are enchanted upon the upper arms to rest of the party and axes.
Can I douse them?
Wait, don't do that. Having a permanent... Well, actually, we couldn't take on a ship.
Well, I've heard 2 things. Dousing the flames and removing the other weapons, but I haven't heard which weapon you want to remove and how you're going to douse the flames.
Okay, remove the other weapons, all of them.
Short sword and axe. Which one do you want to take out?
Let's do axe.
Okay.
There's going to be something happens when we take the short sword.
All right,
Probably if
so
you're not a
you
dwarf.
grasp the axe and draw it out of the hand. As you do so, a surge of energy shocks you, and you do drop the axe.
Is it back in the handle, so to speak? Or has he dropped it to the floor?
Floor.
11
points of damage.
Ow.
Ouch.
I did
This
say
one, Lafdul?
be careful.
I'm going to use Detect Evil Intent on the axe just in case.
Okay.
Can I try to levitate the short sword out with my ring?
Ockar, you do not detect any evil emanating from that axe.
What about from the short sword you plan to pull out?
All right, so you turn to focus on that. Lafdul, you're trying to pull out the short sword with your ring of telekinesis.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can wedge it or wiggle it through or something.
Okay.
Trying to be somewhat careful if I can. I'll be meticulous and take my time.
You draw that short sword out and with the telekinesis. Ockar, you do not detect any evil coming from that blade either.
Okay.
Braxon says to Ockar, "Say, do you want this golden trident?" He was interested in another trident.
That's the new one we just found?
Yeah, feel the weight of it. Braxon offers it over.
It's got terrible weight. You're a fighter, you would know this.
I'm going to take the trident and test the weight.
It seems like an ornamental weapon.
This isn't a good weapon, it's ornamental.
Do one of you spellcasters know what was going on with this axe?
No, it's probably something to punish those that are greedy.
Alright, I will...
Because you took out the second weapon. I think I've seen... Can I ask an out of character thing?
Depends.
Uh,
I mean, you can ask. I'm not necessarily going to answer it.
All right, no. I'll keep it as a PM actually.
All right, Higgimus will steady himself, and then he will try to touch the axe again.
Just a light touch.
Yes.
Nothing happens when you lightly touch it.
Okay, and then doing that, he'll kind of pat it a couple times like you would, like see if the burner's hot, and then he will, if it doesn't shock him again, he'll try to grab it again.
So you're about to grasp it, and then you think better of it because you were about to grab it the exact same way that you held it before.
Okay.
And you think better of it.
I'm all right.
Doing that as a fair warning. You're pretty sure that that's what caused the pain, considering that you lightly touched it, patted it, and it didn't hurt you.
Well, I was just wondering if it would go off again.
Let me put it this way: you strongly suspect it will.
Oh, okay.
Ockar,
If you want to ignore that and grasp it anyway to verify, I will let you do that. I'm just saying that you would probably strongly suspect that would happen again.
You
Well,
want me
that's
to
what
try?
I was wanting to do. Verify. You can try. I'm wondering if it's just like. I'm wondering if it's just like the trident thing.
Ockar will try to pick up. Did it look like it electrocuted him?
It was energy, not electricity.
Oh.
Oh, I still got self-heal, so I'll give it a shot.
Alright, so
During this time, Solas will give Higgimus some treatment for his burns.
Braxon
It's
says
not
to Ockar,
burns. It's just it was pain. You would have to
pain.
use magic to heal.
Braxon says to Ockar,
Yeah,
hang on
I
a
will cast
second.
Cure Light Wounds.
Ockar's already said that he's grabbing it.
Okay.
So Ockar, you're grabbing it and picking it up.
Yeah.
You are unshocked.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it? And I test the weight. It's basically an ornamental weapon, right?
The axe, it feels definitely usable.
Even though it's ornate.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try something.
Unlike the trident, this axe is a usable weapon. It's
Did,
not shocking me at all.
Did that work, Old?
The healing? Hold on a second.
I'm gonna give it a few test swings.
It definitely has a decent weight to it. I mean, it's well balanced. We'll put it that way.
Okay, so this is a usable weapon.
And Higgimus, you were about to ask me something?
Ockar, could you set it down, and I want to try to see you grab it again. I wonder if it's just me.
You sure?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I'll place it back down and pick it up again.
No, I'll place it down.
Oh yeah,
I'll try to
I'll
grab
put it down and then I'll let him pick it up.
Okay.
I'll
Again.
take off my gloves, and then I'll try to pick it up.
Wait, do it with your gloves on first.
No, he did it with his gloves on last time.
Yeah, but you don't know if it was a statue.
I want to get a control, though. So I'm taking off the gloves and picking it up.
You're reading too much into the gloves.
Braxon says to Higgimus, maybe there's a button he pressed when he picked it up.
So, Higgimus, you grasp the axe again, pick it up, and another intense jolt of pain shoots up your arm for 13 points of damage, causing you to drop the axe.
Ockar's gonna pick it up.
Hang on.
Well, let Braxon pick it up.
Braxton,
Oh, yeah,
you wanna
right.
try?
You didn't say if my heal worked.
I did say
Brax's-
the heal work.
Braxon's going to want to look at the damage on Higgimus's hand.
There isn't physical damage.
Right. Okay, so Braxon says, right, so maybe Higgimus's hands were too big. And it doesn't
You
like
give
people
it a
with
shot
big
then,
hands.
Braxton.
Do you have gloves on, Ockar?
I have gauntlets.
Gauntlets. Can I borrow your gauntlet, please?
You don't have gloves.
I cast another healing spell on Higgimus.
Well, the gauntlets are part of my armor. I'd have to unstrap them.
Yeah, I don't need all your armor. I'm just thinking maybe your gauntlet protects against the weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna unstrap one of my gauntlets and hand it over to him.
Okay, Braxton will put on one of Ockar's gauntlets and then pick up the weapon with Ockar's gauntlet.
Okay. So you don the gauntlet, grasp the axe, heft it, and a jolt of pain shoots up your arm.
Probably.
It might be attuned to lawful good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Solas, you try and pick it up.
11 points of damage.
I'm not even sure Solas can even lift it.
You can
No.
lift it. You can't
Solas can lift it.
So Solas is pretty hesitant. He has seen two people get shocked about.
No, but
shocked.
Ockar hasn't, and you know that you're of a
Fucker's
similar
gonna pick it back
nature.
up if he drops it.
So,
It also could very well be something to do with his pantheon.
is Braxton able to put the weapon down gently? Without
No,
dropping
you
it?
dropped it.
Okay.
Knocker's gonna pick it up after that to see if he'll
Well,
still...
hang on. Let me give you your gauntlet back first.
I'll put the gauntlet back on and then pick up the axe.
If we memorize a detect good spell, then we'll know if it's a good Bane axe or something, or evil Bane. Whatever it is.
Only if it's strongly aligned. Keep in mind that something can be aligned and not strongly aligned enough to...
Turns out this ends up being my holy sword.
You know.
to be
You
picked
don't
up.
know if it's
To be detected.
holy.
Yeah, I detect it.
I guess it doesn't like anyone
So I
except
pick
you.
up the axe again. Am I still fine?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'll hold on to this for now. It doesn't seem to be hurting me at all.
Yeah.
Not yet. Lafdul snickers.
So, Solas, you were refusing to pick it up?
Well, I wasn't-
Solas is pretty hesitant since
Oh, just try it, Solas.
he doesn't like pain.
Oh,
If he doesn't want to pick it up, he doesn't have to pick it up. It's up to him.
You're
Braxton says to Ockar, hey, toss it into Lafdul's hand.
No, Lafdul's going to avoid it like the plague.
Okay. As funny as that would be, Lafdul's still my friend, and I don't want to torture him.
Okay.
Wow, I'm not even sure if I should be offended by that.
I'm not allowed to. Like I said, I'd rather not hurt my friends.
So hang on, you're offended because he won't talk to you. What sort of religion do you have?
The point
no.
is, I think the problem he had was I said it might be funny.
Right.
Yeah, Ockar's basically saying that Lafdul's of a dubious character or nature, and
No, he didn't.
it's... Well, that's how I interpreted it.
And it's
How-
totally
how I meant to
accurate.
say was, it would be kind of funny to see it happen,
Yeah.
but I'd rather not do it because I care about you and you're somebody I respect.
Well, there you go. See, that wasn't nasty.
That was the intent behind it. You can interpret it however you wish.
Well, I think he already did.
He did.
Oh, actually, I did miss something that I wrote here. Those who picked up the axe and suffered pain, everyone else saw what appeared to be ghostly flames racing up their arm. Sorry, I forgot that. I missed that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
What?
Solas is even more
Hang
under.
But definitely not real flames. There's no burn marks on the arms.
So hang on.
I'm totally
So
fine.
Braxton-
Nothing wrong with me.
Braxton saw... You didn't tell me this before. Braxton saw a ghostly flame going up Higgimus's arm, but he didn't see one going up his own arm.
You were kind of in too much pain to pay attention to that.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I think I'll carry this axe around and test it out on some enemies we've run across.
Yeah.
Since apparently
Well,
I'm the only one who can use it without being...
Well, we
attacked.
might want to identify it as soon as possible.
Yes, but I think a bit of a test run might also be in order.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
but
that's
after
fine.
the
Also, I'm
Break
pretty
someone.
sure it's not cursed, because if it was, then it would have not I imagine the curse would have affected the first person to touch it, which would have been Higgimus, and not the second person to touch it.
Unless, of course,
Braxton's-
the curse triggers in such a way that it will teleport back into their hand in a battle situation.
Braxton's going to
I
wander
hope
over
that's not
to...
the case.
Which is why we want to identify it.
Yes,
Bra-
but does anybody do either of you have identify prepared for today?
Well, not today, but I doubt we are getting in battle situation today.
Unless we decide, hey, let's go investigate the top floors.
And it also takes like 8 hours to do identification.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's one of
Braxon.
those you need to plan ahead for kind of things.
Braxton's going to wander over to Joyon and say, did you see that ghostly flame?
Oh yeah, the sword. I'm also going to try to pick that up to see if it's got the same thing going on.
So Braxton, you go up to the hammer and speak to it, and it responds. What? I'm sorry, I was thinking about smashing undead. Are we gonna find any undead soon? There should be undead around here, right?
Did you not see the ghostly flame? I was going to ask your opinion as apparently an expert in undead on the ghostly flame, whether it was indeed related to ghosts or not.
The silence that you get from the hammer is kind of a condescending silence of that a parent might have with a child who is really annoying
Please
them.
don't give me over to him. Please don't give me over to him. Please don't give me over to him. It's probably what's running through the hammer's mind.
Viradra speaks up and says, "You know, it probably would be a good idea to find some undead and to smash, wouldn't it?"
Oh, okay. So we'll do that, but first, Lafdul, do you mind if I see that sword? I want to see if it'll also not affect me.
Oh, yeah, I would have held it once I pulled it out.
Okay. So, Lafdul, so you, after Ockar tried to detect evil and told you that he didn't detect anything from it, you would have grasped it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to need everyone else to make a saving throw versus paralyzation, please.
Everyone else apart from me.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Oh, an awesome weapon. Lafdul
which
instantly
one is
falls
that?
in love with this.
What's the first one?
Poison,
I
paralyzation,
succeed.
death magic, yeah. First one.
I think Braxton also succeeds.
I think it was trapped on the actual weapon. I didn't
Yeah,
search
I'm on
the weapon for
the
trap.
nose.
Yeah, we have the same saving throw, so me and Braxton should be
I
fine.
don't know if your armor helps or rings. Or
No.
whatever.
Does not. Wisdom bonuses would apply.
Wisdom bonus.
Well, I succeeded.
Oh. Yeah, mine would have been even better if I had that +1 from wisdom.
Okay, so Leva is the only one who fails.
Did you roll a 1?
No, she didn't roll a 1. She can still fail without that, though.
Oh.
So, all of you kind of feel this wave of palpable evil. Not evil. No, that's not the right word.
Wow.
Evil!
No, not evil. Sorry. I'm getting some echo from someone. If someone can take a look at that when I'm hearing it's throwing me off a little bit. No, so you all feel this wave of fear wash over you, emanating from Lafdul, holding this blade, this black-bladed short sword, and most of you shake it off, but Leva, this goes right to your core. There's a shiver runs down your spine, and
She screams?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't scream. But
sighs.
you were definitely like not paralyzed with fear, but like your body is shaking, and you know that you'd be less effective in a frantic situation.
Can I draw out my another sword and try and sheath this new sword? See if the fear abates.
You're sheathing the new sword in one of your sheaths?
In one of my sheaths, just to see what happens.
Okay. You do so, and the fear does evaporate, although, Leva, it's going to take some time for you to recover.
Ooh.
I don't.
Braxton wants to go look at the pommel.
Lafdul, you pay for this.
I didn't do nothing.
So,
Okay.
stay,
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
hand.
You didn't do nothing.
Braxon says to Lafdul, "Stay still. I want to look at the pommel on that sword.
All right,
Does
what
it look
happens
like
if...
Does it look like a dragon's head or anything?"
No. So
Does it look like an old dragon's head?
the blade was pitch black. The hilt is wrapped in charcoal gray leather, and the pommel has a polished jet set in it.
Braxon wants to put his hand around the I've forgotten the holdy bit on the sword.
Well,
The
get
hilt.
Lever out the room and draw it
Handle?
out again. So Lever doesn't get scared again.
Braxon's going to quietly put his hand around it, see if Lafdul gets scared.
No, Lafdul's not scared. If you think you can draw it, see if you can draw it. But I don't want to scare Lever again.
All right.
Or we can go into another room. Go over
Yeah,
here.
let's go into another room.
On over here. You see?
Yeah. Hang on.
Over here.
Right. Yeah. I
And
can't
see
get
if
through
I
the
get
door.
scared when you draw it.
I can't get through the door. Oh, you gone in the other room.
That's
outside.
That's door to another room.
You have to go out into the hall.
I can't find him. Where is he?
You were there a second ago. and
He doesn't have sight in there.
Yeah. For the love of God. He's got a thing of infravision, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, good point. I did forget about that. Let me go ahead and put that on.
I
9.
have 2
So
iron
that's-
stones.
That's
lying
on the other that was on the other token.
That must be weird
around.
for
Oh,
Braxon
right.
going in
Every
here.
time I go to another sheet, you have to do it all again, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Right. Yeah. So Braxton's going to take Lafdul's sword out of his sheath. To see if Lafdul...
Insert fanfic.
All right, Lafdul, give me a saving throw versus paralyzation.
Yeah.
You do get your wisdom modifier.
Oh, I get my wisdom. Is it lawful?
I don't think we
No.
have any fans around here that'll write that kind of
alright,
fanfic.
sorry. Sorry, hang on. Paralyzing poison.
Oh,
Poison,
man.
paralyzation, death magic.
I have a target full then.
Okay. You can still fail. Not with that roll, but so you do feel palpable fear wash over you, emanating from Braxon holding that black blade.
Well, we found your new favorite toy, Lafdul. You can finally make people afraid of you.
Yeah, I love it.
So Braxton says to Lafdul, what happens if I flip the sword over and hand it back to you, how someone normally hands a sword to someone else?
Let's see what. Yeah, what happens when I hold
Braxton
the sword?
offers the sword to... Braxton's going to flip the sword around and hand
Why,
it to
you're gonna
Lafdul.
hold it from the edge
This
to edge?
can only go well.
Well, no, that's the way you pass swords over.
You're gonna.
Alright, just be careful when you
Try
do
not
that.
to cut your fingers off.
No, you pass swords over to other people by spinning them around. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to hold the blade.
Yeah, but Lafdul's in a shaky disposition. He might not grab the weapon properly. or something.
Okay. All right, then.
So you're gonna hand the blade back to Lafdul.
Yeah. And
Okay.
see if... Braxton wants to see if he
The
gets
fear.
scared when he hands it back.
It's whoever's holding the sword.
Lafdul, are you just taking the sword and holding it ready to put it away, or are you gonna grasp it as if you were going to stab Braxon?
I'm just going to hold it in a combat ready position.
Okay.
Just grab it and just be ready.
Give me a saving throw versus paralyzation, Braxon.
Oh, that's a really good sword. Literally, you go into combat, you draw the sword out, everyone runs in terror.
No, I didn't run in terror, but keep in mind who this was affecting.
Yeah.
Well,
You can't really use it in combat where we are near.
That's more than 10.
but
Yeah, you do feel afraid of Lafdul, but not. You kind of shake it off.
fear him. He is Lafdul, destroyer of kittens.
But
No, Lafdul likes cats. Destroy
Yeah.
puppies. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't say that aloud in
I know, Solas likes
Bra-
puppies.
Braxon-
Destroyer of ham.
Braxton says to
I like
Lafdul,
Hammer.
we should see how far away this effect works.
Yeah, that's why you destroy it. You eat it. You destroy it that way.
No, it will probably turn into immediate pickles because
Might
it's
be that
frightened.
insight.
Oh god.
pickled
Pickled
ham.
ham.
Oh, I mean, I'll figure it out in time. I mean,
Well, you got a cool new weapon, and I got a cool new weapon.
well, it's not a
Alright.
certain thing, but yeah, I sheath the blade. I guess I'll just have to hold my short sword for now.
Okay.
My regular short sword. My
I guess
offhand
I'm
or
going
something.
to strap this axe where I usually strap the silver axe, which I didn't bring with me.
Can
is
I-
there
Yes, Higgimus?
is there any other weapons that thing was holding?
No, just the it was holding the trident two-handed and the other two weapons in one hand each.
I want to cast a spell.
Okay, what spell?
Quick question before you cast.
Okay.
What kind of axe is it? Is it a battle axe?
Yeah, it's a battle axe.
Okay.
I am casting Detect Evil.
You would know that Ockar's Detect Evil Intent ability is basically the same as his spell.
Is it?
Mhm.
Oh. Okay.
You would have to basically cast no alignment to get more information.
Alright, then I don't cast the spell.
So that's it for that thing. Is there
Yeah, but
anything
you've got
else
to
anybody-
actively. No. Sorry. Yeah, carry on.
Braxton says to Higgimus, you know what? Me and Ockar held the trident, and we both found it heavy, but you're stronger than us, so maybe it will reveal its magic power to you.
Or it might just be ornamental.
I'm not interested. When the spellcasters do a detect magic on all the things that we've collected, they'll determine then if it's magical. Anybody else want anything to do with the statue?
Well, I will probably study it a bit later on, but not at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, it's an evil statue. They're going to want to destroy it at some point.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to study it.
Okay.
If there is going to be some repercussion for destroying it.
Ald,
Yes.
in the you said there's a lot of captured banners and that sort.
Yeah.
Along the walls. Any of them that I would recognize as of anybody of import from Brawl?
They're mostly trade vessel flags. You do recognize some. You do recognize some of the trading houses, the more well-known trading houses on Brawl.
We could take those banners for the trading houses and
At least
basically
they would. No, they're fake.
return them to the houses.
That's what I was getting ready to ask Ald. Would they want those things back, or would that mean anything to
Why
them?
would they want them?
Well, they wouldn't. I mean, no, they wouldn't really care about getting them back. But if they were aware of who attacked them, then there probably would be a bounty for resolving the attacks, shall we say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the banners would basically work as evidence in this.
Hang on. They're banners you fly on a ship.
Yeah.
So if someone is a pirate, they can pretend to be from those companies. So we should definitely take them.
Yeah, but someone
And
could make their own fake one too. So
That's true, but they might have put something on them that makes it.
At long range,
makes-
you're not going to tell.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can take them, and certainly that might count as proof for what you've done.
Yeah.
Might get stuff in, might not.
That's what I'm
So
looking at.
that would probably be what you'd be looking at more than anything else.
Yeah,
Anything-
Solas is looking to bring them to those trading houses / law enforcement to basically prove that we have taken care of it.
Say they might be able to tell from these banners which ships they belong to, if someone had to make them.
Maybe. Is there anything else mixed in with the trophies that have any recognizable symbols or
Nothing that stands out, no.
things? Anything? You said they're all like broken swords and that sort of stuff.
Broken weapons and armor, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, this is
But
obviously... They're kind of serving as trophies.
nothing with discernible markings or anything like that, though.
No.
Just the banners. Okay. We'll take the banners.
Okay.
Anything else in the room that you mentioned?
Just the door.
All right. I still have the keys, right?
You do?
Okay. I'll ask Lafdul to check to see if the door's trapped first before we try anything.
Yeah.
I'll stay inside.
Old?
Mm-hmm.
How long is a short sword?
2 to 3 feet, I believe.
Okay. So that would be possible.
All right, what's your score again, Lafdul?
Right now it's 85.
Okay.
It's gone down by 5.
You do not detect any traps on the door.
Alright, then
Okay.
I attempt to open the door.
I think.
You want to try the keys?
Yeah, if you got the keys, just use the keys then.
Okay.
I mean,
You go through the keys, and you do find that one of them does fit into the lock.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have to use acid again.
acid?
I'll
We
try.
haven't used any acid yet.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, wait, no, a crowbar. We don't have to use crowbar again.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try the key.
That's
Okay.
because he jammed a lot.
You easily open the door, and let me go ahead and clear that.
Are you gonna have to buy any more lockpicks?
Yeah. I think I have to pay like half the price twice.
Higgimus, as you cross into the door.
I was getting pulled.
Yeah,
back. I
you
didn't mean to
went
get
in.
hit,
Nope, it
You
happened.
went in.
You went in.
but- All right.
Braxon says to Ockar, so you weren't with us back in the day when Higgimus used to use his head as a lockpick.
Wait, he did that?
Yeah, he barreled his head through a ship and through a ship wall, and that's how we met Nor.
Oh.
He
So
almost
as
died.
you cross into the room, there is
course,
a
he almost
flash
died.
of
I meant
light
he
from
might
the
have heart
floor,
Hold on.
and a thick, foul-smelling black mist springs into existence within the doorway and beyond.
Can I attempt to tumble backwards?
Well, Higgimus, Ockar, Solas, and Lafdul, you all get saving throws versus spell.
I take it I can't do nothing.
You get your
Right.
saving throw versus spell.
Can Braxon grab
No
lever?
extra bonuses.
Save.
Well, that's
Sorry.
a fail.
Sorry, save versus spell for
Yeah.
any kind of modifier. Lawful
You
modifier?
do get defense adjustment to this.
Well, I succeeded.
I failed.
On the. Is it the miser defense adjustment? I can't.
It's
It-
from
it's-
dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity
Oh.
defense adjustment.
So.
So it's like plus 4.
Does
for you.
armor?
It's plus
yeah,
4
Does
for you.
armor help?
No.
What do you mean plus 4?
You have a.
Oh,
what's your
yeah.
What's your dexterity?
No, it is. It is plus 4. It's
Yeah.
18. 1d8. My target is 12. And I failed.
Okay, everybody.
Okay.
I'm guessing my spell resistance doesn't apply to this, or magic resistance.
It does. Let me just check. But it does not trigger.
Okay, I failed too.
Can Braxon put his hands round Lever's waist and then jump backwards like a frog?
Leva and you were not in the area of effect,
Right.
Good
so
for a change.
you're fine. I mean, you could still do that, but it's not going to
So it's not coming towards us.
No, it just springs into the area around
Alright.
the doorway. And so those of you who fail, you take 14 points of damage. Those of you who made your save, 7 points of damage.
What type of
Ouch.
damage is this?
It's gas.
How many points?
But
of
your
so
damage?
I'll
your
regenerate
throat
it.
your throat burns from that and it is awful smelling.
14, right?
Yes.
Higgimus comes out coughing.
I thought there wasn't a trap!
Solas coughs quite a bit and then drinks something to ease his throat.
Yeah, I'm
Higgimus.
going to use an horizon that does that, actually. Actually, no, I wouldn't have memorized that one. No, I know I wouldn't have.
Braxon says, I wonder if my helmet allows me to breathe when I'm in gas as well as water.
I wouldn't recommend trying.
I'm gonna place my hand on Higgimus's shoulder and channel
Well,
holy might into him to heal him for 16 hit points.
does the gas look like it's dispersing?
It is pretty persistent. It is hanging around the doorway in a thick black mist that you cannot see through.
Higgimus, are you taking the healing?
Yeah, I was scrolling up on my character sheet. Higgimus will cough and say thanks.
No problem. How are we gonna get past that?
No, I have means of getting through it, but I'd rather see if it disperses naturally rather than trying to force it.
How long
using
are you willing to
limited-
wait before you decide to do something else?
Why don't we check the rest of the floor and then come back?
Yeah.
Is it filling the room, so
No.
to speak?
No,
Is
it's just
Only in the upper half?
yeah, it's about
Can you crawl down?
within 10 feet of the doorway.
Could I shrink myself and be fine?
No, it is floor to ceiling essentially,
No.
or at least a 10
You are
feet
still
high
in the
cloud.
you are still in the area, I think.
Yeah, you want to
Okay.
take a step back there, Lafdul.
Oh, hang on, I was looking at my character sheet.
Okay. Let's clear out of this room for a little bit. Come back to it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Back out.
I'll
Yeah.
tell what's her name to lock the doors. There's a bad
Toxic. gas.
toxin that was set up as a trap in there.
Can I do
Shut the doors behind
a...
us.
Can I assess whether or not I've been poisoned? It's just something Lafdul's just routinely doing.
You can do a healing check on yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do it outside that room?
Yeah, I'm just doing it over here. If I see the gas coming towards me, I'm going to back out.
You don't think that the gas is poisonous per se. It's just
It
more
just did damage
noxious.
at the time.
It's noxious.
Yeah.
Noxious fumes. So, Higgimus, in response to you saying that, Axis says, "Yes, I saw that mist form up. I'm glad that none of my people tried to enter into that chamber."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. All right, Lafdul, could you step out? We're gonna close the door.
Also, Solas will mention about the magic in the statue and that he would like to study how to safely dismantle that false idol before you destroy it.
Oh, wait, was that gas magical? Or was that... No, we don't know if it's magical. Never mind. Probably not.
It was really bad. It was like
Give me
trying
a spellcraft check, Lafdul.
Because I have the spell magic, and I would try dispelling it, but yeah.
It was kind of similar to inhaling smoke, except worse.
Spellcraft.
A lot worse.
Axis says, "I was planning to bless it one of the tomorrow and then smash it, which should do enough."
I could do it.
Lafdul, I'm actually giving you a bonus to that, so you do succeed.
Oh.
And you believe that that was a special form of a glyph of warding.
Would I know that the effect persists?
That you would not know.
Would I know, in theory, if something could be dispelled?
You're pretty sure it could be dispelled.
Alright, I'm going to try dispelling it.
Okay, but you could also wait a little while and see if it goes away on its own. I mean,
Alright.
Up to you,
I
Lafdul.
suppose it's not causing any current harm, so yeah.
yeah,
we
I
can
mean,
say that.
it's certainly up to you. If you want to dispel it right now, I'm not going to stop you. But everyone else kind of seemed, let's see if it goes away before we try to do anything, so.
Yeah, I'm going to make a mental note of that kind of
If
gas.
Lafdal mentions about the glyph of warding thing, could Solas say anything about it since Solas has access to that spell?
Yeah, no, after we'll mention it to Solas.
Both of you give me another spellcraft check.
Oh. It's not my strongest skill. Oh wow. 5.
Both of you are pretty sure that you could not duplicate it with your spell
Correct.
capabilities and Glyph of Warding.
Okay.
Solas can't use mage spells as an Glyph Warding, can he?
What?
Is there any mixover from classes? Does that work in this?
Probably not, but Glyph of Warding is a very flexible spell. So
Probably not that exact replica, but something similar.
yeah, you could do, and I mean, there's all kinds of similar effects that you can do. I mean, like you can have a Glyph of Warding explode with fire damage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you know a fire spell. Obviously, if you're banned from using a certain type of elemental magic, then you wouldn't be able to do that. But it's very flexible. If you want to create a Glyph of Warding that's outside of the standard, you can just do some research.
But Lafdul might make a mental note to do a couple of days research on it, so at least has a vague idea of what might have made it.
Okay.
Because he is doing poison research in general, and a poison-based glyph is something that he's not thought of until now.
I mean, I would say that, if... I mean, to a certain extent, like, he can... Solas would definitely be able to incorporate the type of damage of a Stinking Cloud or a Cloud Kill spell into a Glyph of Warding if he knew those spells.
Nauseating, nauseous, or something.
So,
Disabling effect.
Higgimus, you see a pair of double doors standing open down there, and you can hear some sparring coming from inside.
Alright.
Combat charge!
Axis would inform you that there's two corner towers beyond there. Those are barracks, or they were barracks for lizardmen. Now they kind of are, but of course their number of lizardmen has been depleted. And inside there you see some Herwadi honing their fighting skills with a lizardman helping them out.
Okay. Is there anything in there of note to us?
Not really.
Okay.
Braxon wants to see the Hawaii fight.
Okay. It looks like they're refreshing their skills more than anything else. They appear to be skilled fighters, but
getting that muscle memory back.
Yeah. So as you approach that next chamber, you can see above the doors to the double doors, another symbol carved into the stone. This one representing a mountain peak, and in the center is a recessed, carved image of a faceted gemstone. This has also been smashed. Only partially recognizable.
Smashed gemstone?
No, just a carved representation of a gemstone.
Oh.
Braxon's going to put his finger on the carved gemstone.
Varadra kind of lets out a sound of disapproval, and she says, "This was clearly once a temple of Dumathoin."
Braxon says, Dumathoin, let's take away your magical gem, and opens one eye. Says no, it's still stone.
At this point, Solas will just not anymore make a mental note, but says to Braxon, you should really think about the other people who consider these things to be important.
Varadra is frowning at you, Braxon.
Yeah, Lafdul would even say that you're kind of being insulting at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It might have been a holy object that we could have taken away and given to the
Yeah, but you're belittling someone's religion.
Yeah, if it was holy object, it would be, in this case, better for Varadra to be the one to act upon it.
Well,
Braxton, the way you're acting in this case here makes it seem more like a comedy sketch than
Yeah.
you're trying.
One of these things is going to be some magical thing the dwarves left. Maybe not these, but something is, and we can make sure it gets taken back.
Well, we'll let Veradra handle that since that's her prerogative.
So is it? Doesn't one of you have a mending spell? Can we mend these things?
No.
I mean, this place is going to be abandoned to the dwarves. The lizard folks are taking over, so there's no point.
Well, be nice to fix holy symbols, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's not their religion. The lizard folk are now predominantly owning this place. Why would you have
we
a
don't
temple?
really get to say
Why
what
would you
happens
want
here.
a religion that's not important to you? It's kind of like insulting
Yeah.
to your own religion because you're not being true to your own faith.
Also, if
Retaining
you weren't
someone else's
the,
religion.
just to clarify in case anyone is having this idea, if you weren't the one to defile a temple, there's no cosmic harm to sanctifying it to a different deity.
Yeah.
Right.
Which you can see is what they appear to be doing inside. That stone egg icon that Axis took away and brought in here has been placed on a block of stone, and there is another lizard man in some robes kneeling in front of it in prayer. There's a pair of Herwadi also cleaning up the room. It's pretty obvious that this room has not been used in a long time.
Yeah.
And they're
Was this room sealed? Was it?
whether it was sealed or not, it's hard to say. But
They
it just
might not
wasn't
just-
used.
They probably didn't even use it as a worship thing. They probably worshiped somewhere else because this place was a bit not applicable to the deity that the evil lizard folk were following.
Emperor lizard.
There's
Yeah,
a
the
room
Emperor
off to
Lizard
the.
probably didn't want to be worshipped in a place like this.
There's a room off to the side if they made sure that's safe.
They have, yes. The door, however, has been smashed in order to get it open.
I just look around without going in the room. I say, has someone been in there? I just poke my head round the door frame without going in.
So, the chamber itself is empty. There's a few bits of broken furniture remaining, but nothing, not even like a complete piece. It's just like a chair leg, a banister for whatever the thing on a bed is that Braxon wanted to unscrew before. Just
a bed knob.
Yeah, just a couple pieces scattered about, but the furniture itself has obviously been already removed.
We should probably still search this room. I mean, try to be respectful.
Sure, you can certainly do so.
Yeah, I'll and also allows my ring regeneration to start regenerating me. Is it 1 hit point per every time I search or something?
In that chamber, you would it would take 20 minutes to search, so you get 2 hit points back. You do not find anything of note in there, however.
I'm not. This one's a bit too big for me to search. Plus, it might be a bit rude.
Yeah, I mean they're actively cleaning that room now.
If they find something, well, is this working both ways? I'm not saying this out open. I'm just asking the GM. Is this working both ways? If they find stuff, are they going to give us that? Are we all sharing or what?
Maybe. They didn't agree to that. They didn't say one way or the other.
Clever, You know what? It's a shame Lafdul doesn't have like memory altar or something.
So that next chamber, that is apparently a bedroom now, and going inside, looking inside, you can see that it was obvious. It's obviously been turned into the bedroom for the lizardmen mages, although you did kill one of them. You can see a pair of beds and some shelves and containers with material components.
Well, Solas is interested in Checking them
Solas
out.
and Lever are suddenly very
Yes,
keen.
except Axis would say that those are private quarters now.
Oh. Oh well.
Private, you say? Is it actually? It's not locked or anything.
It's not locked. You can look inside, but Axis would basically warn you off of really
No,
rummaging through the chamber.
I'm not. I'm just getting an idea for what's in there. Just general private stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's
Cases.
a bedroom for now one mage, a lizard man
Lafdul.
mage,
All right.
and Axis would say, "Unfortunately, Shextal was killed in the fighting, but Karasta is still doing his best to help us out."
Was Carastus the apprentice mage, I suppose?
No, neither of them was an apprentice. They were both mages.
Well, I mean, one was like the leader of the two, I suppose.
No, she would indicate that they were basically equals.
So Solas mentions to Axis that he would very much like to talk with the remaining lizardman mage.
He is pretty busy and is serving as a helmsman on one of the wasps for now. I do not know if he will have time, unfortunately.
Well, if you have the chance, could you indicate to them that I would be interested in trading spells?
I will do so. This next chamber, you based on the symbol above the door, and the stone bar inside, you recognize this as another bar, another tavern. The symbol above the door, unlike the other one, is carved to look like a vein of ore in a stone wall that is spilling forth ale or beer or something, some sort of frosty drink. And Vradra would say, that was probably called the ore vein. Or the ale vein, I'm sorry.
Ale vein.
A fitting name.
Braxton's going to have a look at the ale vein without touching it.
What is an ale vein?
That's the name of the the tavern.
Oh.
Solas will again check for potential secret hiding places in the bar.
Okay. You do not find anything.
No secret dwarven ale stash.
Nope.
Higgimus also checking
You look at terrible drunk Solas.
What was that, Higgimus?
I'm also looking around.
Okay.
You an alcoholic? Oh, not an alcoholic. Alcohol consumer.
Solas is not alcoholic. He's appreciator of wine beverages.
Yeah, that's, the words failed me for some reason.
He's not an alcoholic. He's a virgin cocktail.
I mean, Solas is a brewer himself, so...
Yeah.
All right. So I will tell you that the other chambers down the side are basically a mirror of the other side. And with the exception of this one was not a residence for a Lizard King. You do not find anything special in these chambers. There's another heavy weapons platform out here, but that's about it. There really isn't anything else of interest on this floor.
All right. Once our characters go through and they look at all that stuff, we can come back to that room and check to see if the gas is dispersed.
Yes, the mist has vanished.
All right, Lafdul, could you check to make sure that trap is gone now?
Sure. I would know that glyphs to warding only expire after one use. Solas
Higgimus
would
doesn't
confirm
know.
this.
But
No, Lafdul would say this, and Solas would confirm it probably.
you
I'll say
could
it loud.
still double check. Maybe they've put a permanency spell. Maybe they've put some sort of contingency in effect.
Braxton says to Higgimus, maybe you shouldn't stand so close while he's checking it.
Fine. Since this is like the last thing on the level, I suppose I can check the traps.
Oh yeah, so magnanimous there. You do see
right.
the telltale signs of the glyph of warding, but it has not. It is not still in effect.
Active.
Yeah. So you do believe that you cross into the chamber safely.
Alright. What's in the room?
Okay. This is clearly a bedroom. There is nicer furniture in here, clearly taken from some of the other parts of the citadel. It is
I look for
dwarven
that
make.
hole in the wall.
On this side, it is almost impossible to detect.
But
you
I
only
know that
notice
it's
it.
there.
Yeah, you only notice it because you know it's there. And you can see into this chamber.
Braxon's going to come in and check the bed if there's one.
There is a
we
bed,
cannot.
and you
Do I
see.
get another hit point?
Sure. You do see beneath the bed a dark wooden chest. Also, around the chamber itself, you find sculptures and pieces that are, you'd guess, taken from the rest of the citadel. They're in good condition, complete, not broken, and they're small figurines, not like tall life size, so they're anywhere between 6 and 12 inches in height on shelves and tables and things like that. And there are amongst the figures various dwarven warriors in different poses, a small statue of a dragon, and a fanciful figurine of a dwarf riding a skaver.
Wow. A dwarf riding a skaver. That's amazing.
You're pretty sure that's not representative of anything other than
Oh,
just
you've never seen
artist imagination.
an elf riding a hippogriff? Or
Are
something
there
like that?
enough figurines that you basically could make a chess set out of them?
No, and it would be a very big chess set, and each piece is different.
Solas likes to think large.
Braxon's gonna gently pull the wooden chest out from under the bed and put it on the bed and say, Lafdul, take a look at that while I check out this dwarf on a skaver.
So there are a total of 10 figures, and they're of similar material and similar craftsmanship. So while they're not obviously a set, they certainly could be grouped together.
Can you tell what sort of skaver that is?
No, it's not.
So
It doesn't appear to be intended to be a specific type of skaver.
Right.
It's just got the scarer shape. Now I will attempt to look for traps in the chest.
Okay. You do detect the telltale sign of a glyph of warding.
Okay, let's move everything else out of the room and then have Lafdul disarm the trap.
I'll attempt to dispel magic it. Dispel it.
Well, hang on.
Do that, we're moving everything else out of the room in case that backfires.
Dispel
It
magic
just won't work.
Yeah, dispel magic would just not work.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no harm to I'm literally targeting something, so there's no backlash to any of us.
You're 7th level, right?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the d20.
If yours doesn't work, Lever has another one.
Oh,
Wow, that
Okay.
Well, that worked. You definitely feel the magic on that glyph.
what was the
vanish.
dice check?
If I told you what you needed to roll, then you'd know what level you were casting it up against.
Alright, fair enough.
I will give you this hint. You had a pretty good chance of doing it.
Oh.
So, like, this wasn't a case of this was the only thing you needed to roll.
I attempt to see if the chest is locked.
The chest is most definitely locked, and it appears to be a pretty good lock.
How heavy is the chest?
I'll give you the key.
Oh. Yeah, the keys. Let's see if the keys work.
One of the keys does work.
Oh, good job, Higgimus.
You're pretty sure that picking that lock would have been harder than normal, anyway. Because it is a complex key.
Oh, we got a lock and a chest.
Well, you got a locked chest.
Key.
The lock is in the chest.
No, I mean, we can take this chest with the lock, with working.
You can certainly do so. Inside is our pouches and sacks with coins. Going through those, you find 340 copper pieces.
Oh my god. Could you type this in the chat?
These are just numbers for the things. I'll give you details of gems and stuff afterwards, but these are just numbers.
For the viewers, I think.
340 copper pieces, 114 silver pieces, 23 electrum pieces, 408 gold pieces, and 67 platinum pieces.
480 or 408?
408. In addition, there is a pouch with a few gems inside, and I will give you this after the game session. 5 round yellow-orange transparent faceted stones, and 3 teardrop-shaped deep green translucent faceted stones.
How many platinum pieces was there?
67. So you got all that?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not find anything else of interest in that chest.
Do we get another hit point?
Sure.
Keep thirsty. So just do it automatically. So go up to 35.
If you're pretty sure that the time would have passed, which searching for traps will almost certainly give you. Yeah. And it's fine for you to keep track of it.
How long is it going to take for Braxon to get back the temporary damage from when Lafdul slapped him?
You probably have it back by now.
Yeah, it was only one hit point.
Yep.
Alright. There are temporary healing potions as well. Not that people ever remember these things.
So I'm going to move you guys back to the stairs just so that if something happens in which you want to get back to this level, you won't have to search for your tokens. But I assume you're going to go up to the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Are we doing that after the break then?
Yeah, I'll get you guys there and take some time to set things up there. So it is about time for us to take our break. You've gathered those items and you head up the stairs back to the 3rd floor. Where there are lizardmen, primarily lizardmen, but a few Haredi as well, busily cleaning up the mess that you made.
The mess that we made?
Sure! You killed a lot of lizardmen up there. There's a lot of blood and gore up there, let's just say.
Burnt corpses, fried corpses.
Frozen corpses. Probably not frozen anymore.
Pummeled with hailstone corpses. That's what it is.
Bludgeoned and crushed.
Yeah. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes after the break and head up to the 3rd floor, which probably will be a little bit faster. There are more barracks and ruined chambers, and of course the large throne room, which you've already been in. So it may go a little bit faster, and then I assume do some identifying of items. All right, so we'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone.